I were harassed, I would be safer if my assailants were masked.
Hold on. I'm getting mugged in the streets, and they're beating me senseless. But thank God they're all wearing masks. Here's some context to this. Nassau County, a county just outside of New York City in New York, who I believe elected a Republican congressman. Was that George Santos's district? Regardless, outside of New York City, Long Island-ish area, banned people from wearing masks outside of either a religious exemption or severe health issues that can be proven. Watch how this unfolded, and we will discuss along the way. This video is put out by our friends over at the Daily Caller News Foundation. Check it out.
Tensions boiled over tonight at the Nassau legislature when at least one person was arrested. The chaos came during a heated discussion about the county's Mask Transparency Act.
In a contentious meeting, Nassau County voting 12-0 to approve a ban on the use of masks in public. All 7 Democrats on the legislature abstained.
This law...
No, hold on. Notice that the Democrats didn't vote. So they didn't vote for it, but they also didn't want to vote against it. So they abstained. I don't know the particular rules in the Nassau County legislature. That could mean that it narrowed the majority of what you had to get. Like if 7 people had abstained and there were 7 people that all voted, well, I don't think you necessarily need to get a majority, and if those people abstain and take themselves out of the counting of the votes, that would make sense. But notice they didn't vote no. They abstained. I wonder why that is.
Endangers my life. This law endangers the lives of many people.
Bridget Jones is immunocompromised and came from Harlem to speak against the measure.
Criminalizing a tool that literally is PPE.
Wait a minute. Is Harlem in Nassau County? I don't think it is. She came from Harlem to speak against the measure. One, obviously at great risk to herself, because clearly she has to wear a mask or else, terrible things could happen. Let me ask ChatGPT, is Harlem in Nassau County, ? But yes, of course, if she made the trek all the way over to a different place in order to say, well, this is, no, Harlem is not in Nassau County. Okay, well, if I'm supposed to believe that this is so endangering people not wearing masks anymore, that you had to leave your house, which apparently is the most dangerous thing possible for you, yeah, your argument really isn't sitting all that well.
It's a mobility aid. It saves lives.
Supporters say it prevents people from committing crimes or acts of violence while hiding behind a mask. Police will determine if a mask is being worn for legitimate purposes. Opponents say that could lead to discrimination.
Black and brown residents in Nassau County are overly targeted, more so than white people.
The only way I can be safely in public, or at home for that matter, with other people, is if folks mask. You're essentially banning me from gathering with people from my own species. That has already been the case for 4 years. I'm on year 5 of quarantining from this virus, trying to survive.
All right, this lady, clearly something wrong with her head. There is something terribly wrong, and that's, I don't know if you should laugh at that, I don't know if you should mock it, but there's clearly something wrong with this person, and therefore probably shouldn't be the arbiter of truth in regards to whether or not masks work and whether or not they should be outlawed. By the way, it is a stereotype as old as time that thieves and robbers wear masks. Generally, I think it's mostly over your eyes. That's kind of the norm. But I think the mouth does the same thing. The mask, you can't tell who anybody is if they're wearing a mask. That's the whole point. They've realized that in their crazy state of New York, you can't prosecute anybody unless you know who they are. And, well, if you can't prosecute anybody and you don't know who they are, well, then people are going to run rampant and commit crimes all the time. So, yeah, this makes objective sense. Unless there is a health crisis, which that is the thing the people that are still masking like this lady, but honestly, I don't even want to assume her gender, is advocating for.
And the people most affected by the diseases that I live with do not look like me, skin tone-wise. They are more likely to get these diseases. They are less likely to get care. They are more likely to get medically gaslit. And now you're trying to make it a crime for them to mask. and a crime for me to mask, for that matter.
He was talking about black people.
So yeah, the blood is draining from my brain a little more. You couldn't see that necessarily.
All right.
But y'all love Purple getting out of the wheelchair, right? I'm good. Please stay away from me. Thank you. You're not masked. So yes, safety matters when it comes masking. Coming into my proximity without a mask is dangerous. You are banning me from being in public. You are banning me from being with my caregivers. If I hire a caregiver from Nassau County and I need them to mask in public to keep me safe from this airborne pandemic you have failed to mitigate, what am I supposed to do? Ask them to risk $1,000 fine and a year in jail? It's already hard enough to protect me and keep me alive.
All right, thank you.
Jesus Christ. Garbage ass fascist.
Harry Berger.
All right, so that was that lady. Wow. So she doesn't even live in the area. She lives in Harlem, and she's concerned. He's concerned. I don't even know what that was. They are concerned that if somebody from Nassau County gets hired, one, it's only if they wear a mask in Nassau County, which again, this person does not live there. So if they hire help to help keep them alive, they can't wear a mask because they live in Nassau County? Or no, wait, when you go to Harlem, you still can wear a mask, in which case the argument is completely irrelevant and useless.
Participate in a culture war without recognizing that you are feeding right into a very dangerous demon. I will continue to speak because you have let.
Officers, would you help this young lady? She seems unable to leave the podium.
Again? No, legislator Capel, you allowed the woman in the front, the lawyer, to speak beyond 3 minutes, and you did not ask the police to remove her. You did not ask the police. You're doing what she's saying that you're doing. You're not applying the law equally and fairly.
Everybody, we're taking a recess.
Shame on you.
Until you calm down.
And you should be wearing a mask.
Oh my gosh. Chaos ensues. Oh, I love this. I love this. Whoever's the Daily Caller editor here who's now turning this into a comedic endeavor, congratulations. Yeah, you can't take over a speech or a meeting just because you want to. Yeah, police are going to get involved. Good, they should. Doesn't matter the race of the person, doesn't matter the social class, doesn't matter. None of that. You can't do that. All right. What a putz.
I too worry about anti-Semitism, but if I were harassed, I would be safer if my assailants were masked.
Hold on. I'm getting mugged in the streets, and they're beating me senseless. But thank God they're all wearing masks, because God forbid we get the Fauci fever. That's the most dangerous part. I know the assailant pulled a gun on me and beat me over the head with a bat, but thank goodness they are wearing a mask. This is not real.
Thanks. I have become so isolated that I've lost friends and family who refuse to take basic precautions, like regularly testing and masking before meeting up in person. The entire world gaslights me for wanting to keep myself safe and maintain my quality of life, which is already pretty questionable.
Placing the burden on individual officers to make this determination leaves room for errors by police, potential profiling of black residents as well as other residents of color.
Okay, well, thank you to the Daily Caller News Foundation for putting that out. I thought that was fascinating and hilarious. Yeah, criminals use masks. They have since the dawn of time. So, if you want to commit a crime, you're going to wear a mask. And if everybody's wearing a mask and it's illegal to just do so, people are going to commit more crimes. That shouldn't be that difficult to figure out.